I put a brace up to your knee.
Yeah.
For yourself.
Yes, because I can't wait there.
All right, let's
On
see if
foot.
there's anybody from the public
And this,
tuning
Yeah.
in.
for the first 2 weeks, I couldn't do any weight bearing at all.
Sorry.
And then from the
Yeah.
third week on, I did use this thing. No, but I still can't really put any weight on that foot.
All right,
It's kind of-
let us convene this meeting of May 11th, 2026 of Topsham's Comprehensive Plan Implementation Committee. We did not meet last month, so the minutes that we're going to be approving in a second are from March. But let's just take a second to see if there's any member of the public joining us. I don't think so. Is there any agenda item to be adjusted or added? Okay, I see heads shaking. That's great. So on to our administrative items. The minutes of March 9th were distributed. Any corrections or anything like that?
I didn't have.
I move that we accept
Accept
the
them?
minutes of March 9th.
Beautiful. Second, second by Pete. And all in favor? Yay. Unanimous. So I'm just, for the heck of it, texting Rick just to,
Oh, okay.
I printed something out for you guys and I forgot to grab it. I'm so sorry. I'll be right back.
okay. All right. So that's taken care of. And just a reminder that 2 days, 2 evenings from today is our town meeting. I don't know if folks have had a chance to see the warrant, but this is one of those meetings that could go very quickly or not.
Yeah,
So we'll see. I will be there. Anyone else? Yeah,
I will be there.
yep. Lori, will you?
Yeah,
I have to
work.
Okay.
On the 21st is the school board.
That's right, and that's
Meeting.
also important in terms of validating
Yeah.
the school board budget. Yep, that's right. Okay. So on to recode, usually the center of our focus here. To update you on the meeting that we had couple of weeks ago. Seems like a long time ago now.
I guess it was only a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah.
Maybe more like 3 at this point.
Yeah. So who were there, there were 4 town staff there. Mark, Jeff Emerson, our assistant town manager, Sky and Josh. And then I was there and Pam and Scott Libby, the vice chair of the planning board, and Marilyn Hunter.
And the fellow from the select board,
Right, Dave Kenny
yeah.
attended, thank you. Right, and I'll, not to go through all of the process by which we got there, but we arrived at an agreement, I think, and the question was posed, is there an agreement? And there in fact was, to hold workshops in a different way. With a memo prepared by Sky that kind of outlines what the objectives are of whatever section of the recode we're going to be looking at, and a thorough discussion. Mark will attend those meetings, and there'll be open meetings like workshops always are. So, you know, we admitted that communication could have been better. And it was clear that we needed to sort of catch up with each other. That they needed to catch up with the fact that we've made many, many changes in response to feedback. They were nowhere in terms of having done that. So we need to get there. And so at the end, you know, the question was posed, there's 2 members there of the planning board, 2 members there of CPIC. And we needed to bring this back to our respective committees. I mean, obviously, we will have a motion to move forward with that, but the important thing here is that the planning board, and they were going to have this at their May 14th meeting, but there are 2 members of the planning board who will not be there on the 14th, so they're going to apparently have that on the agenda on May 28th. So we will not know until after that May 28th meeting whether or not the planning board has, in a sense, overturned their previous vote with an agreement to move forward on recode with this new process. Do I have that correct?
Yeah, I think the only thing you maybe weren't clear on is that the workshop would be held on a different night.
Different night, right?
And so then it's just like explicitly a recode workshop night, so it's not competing with other things.
Right.
And one thing that I'll ask you guys to do tonight is to determine up the available dates, which ones work for you guys, and then we can bring that to planning board and hopefully choose a date that works for everyone.
I had a question for you, Sky. Based on what Susan just said about your memo going out prior to a workshop. You've done that before. What's different? You laid things out comprehensively and conducted all the sessions.
Yeah,
Without answering all the questions and.
I appreciate that. I don't see it as any different myself. I think it's
Okay.
just a note that it will happen. I haven't heard any feedback on how things would need to be different. I think, you know, you and I have been really in this process for a while.
Yeah.
And so to us, that's rather clear and obvious, but maybe it's trying to make it clear for those people who haven't been as much a part of it. I haven't heard anyone say, oh, you were doing this in your memos. Can you do it differently? I may try to make sure. I was already trying to note when things were different. I think you might remember.
Yeah.
But maybe I'll be putting more of a focus on that than I was. But I don't have anything that I'm like, I was doing it this way and I'm gonna do it that way. I was already doing memos. I intend to continue to do them.
Thank you for clarifying.
Yeah, great. So that's the update. And we've all heard that the decision by the planning board will be made at their May 28th workshop. And then we have a bullet that says possible planning board monthly recode workshop dates. So I hope everybody's brought their calendar, or at least their sense of, you know, the regular things you have in your monthly calendar. Because what Sky is trying to do is find a monthly date that works. And
So we are talking afternoon.
I
evening.
think it would be, I mean, earliest it would be 4:30, but I
Yeah.
actually haven't discussed the time.
Okay.
It seems highly likely it could be 6:30 because that's their normal time, though. If they want to do earlier, I'm fine with that. But you guys also do get to say, you know, I think you could say, this day works for us, but only if it's at 6:30. We couldn't do a 4:30 because someone has a, you know, 4 to 5 meeting that day.
And you've cleared certain dates. But
Yes.
not so much the time.
I mean,
You've-
the time is, the dates were cleared because nothing else was on them.
On the
So
calendar.
the time would be totally fine
Yeah.
for myself. I don't have anything reoccurring, so I'll just live with whatever all of you choose.
Possibility is that all the meetings would be in the afternoon, is that what you're saying?
I mean, probably regular planning board time.
Planning
This
board
time.
usually has workshops in the evening.
Oh,
Yeah, 6:30.
6:30 is when they normally do it. I may propose to them that they could go earlier, just because for me,
oh.
on
yes.
Thursdays, having meetings before 6:30, if it's a 6:30, it's a long day for me, and if
Yes,
everyone was
yes.
okay with that, I would be
Thrilled.
happy about that.
Oh,
But
okay.
it's not a requirement, so
Okay.
do you have the time, Susan?
Yeah,
Available? Okay,
yeah.
great, I
Yeah,
didn't pick that up.
6:30 minutes, yeah,
Yeah, I
that's a
mean-
long day for you. I
Yes.
understand. You
And-
you put in enough of those already.
exactly. And this is gonna be a second, or actually a third meeting for the planning board every
And
month.
it could be a third meeting for us too.
Could be, or it could be our second meeting, you know. That's what I'm hoping.
Mhm.
And the other thing is, I don't know the flow, and maybe nobody knows the flow of work through the planning board to know, like, could workshops happen on
Yeah,
a Tuesday, Thursday, you know?
I feel
Second
like maybe,
or-
did Mark say something that if they were slow and they were wanting to move faster, maybe we could, was that something he said at the
I
meeting?
think
I
that
think he
was said,
touched on that, yeah, sorry, I forgot you were there, Pam, I apologize.
That's okay.
Yeah.
It wasn't like we'll do it, but it's open, I think. Right?
Yeah, I think a lot of the things that I've discussed with him recently have been, let's see what the planning board has to say, so.
Right.
I think the idea was to have it separate. Preferably have it separate so that we could all just concentrate on
That,
Yep.
But if they had a Sunday,
time,
Mhm.
yeah,
nothing happening,
yeah.
Yeah.
then we could also do it on their regular day.
Yeah,
The soonest this could happen would be sometime in June, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Okay.
I think the problem was that things were, planning board regular work was squeezing out recode workshop time,
Yes,
and then a number of workshops got canceled.
Mhm.
So we're hoping to have a fresh start.
Yeah.
And so let's think about, so just put yourself in your calendar now. Think about the first or third Wednesday. I'm okay with that.
go down the line.
Yeah, the third or fourth Monday.
Sky, didn't you say not the fourth Monday?
yeah, I did say to take that one off.
To
That's
take-
when
oh,
the
I'm
community,
sorry.
no, it's okay, thank you, Pam,
No problem.
that's when the community center
Meet.
meets.
Okay.
I
great.
was told they don't necessarily have a regular time, but because Mark goes to those meetings, I wanted to try to
Yeah,
steer
keep it
clear of
safe.
what
Yeah.
they said was their typical one.
Fourth Monday, okay, so we're looking at the third Monday. Mondays aren't great for me, but if that was the only date that works, so let's leave it in the mix. So nothing's been ruled out yet. We're talking first or third Wednesday or the third Monday, and everybody's open so far. Okay, so then we get to the first, second, or fourth Tuesday. I have a standing thing on Tuesday. But if that's the only time that the planning board can meet, I'll wrap that thing. That one, once a month, I will do that. So. And no one else is ruling out any dates. No, you are a flexible bunch.
As long as it's.
I have to rule out, the only dates I'm on first or second Tuesday, that's it.
First or second Tuesday. Okay, okay.
Wednesdays are a no-go and Mondays in the summer, no-go
Okay, so those are the only two you can do.
is Tuesdays,
Okay.
1 and 2.
Oh,
First and
the first
second.
and second
Okay.
Tuesday you can do,
Right.
and that's it. Oh, okay.
All right, sorry, I'm just gonna start this again because I
Yeah.
did it poorly the first time. Okay. First.
And are
or-
you talking just in the summer, or are you talking year round?
The summer for the Monday, the Mondays, the two Wednesdays I work until like 6.
Okay,
6:30, and Tuesday, the fourth Tuesday, I'm in a different board meeting,
okay.
so that's why so after August, Mondays are open.
Okay, so I'm just gonna go down through and we're gonna just go off, just so I get this right.
Yeah.
Wednesday, first or third, that does not work for you. It does work for everyone else.
It does work for everyone else.
I just want,
I'm sorry, what word?
The first or third Wednesday, could you come to a meeting?
Well, I'm not available the first or third Wednesday morning.
In the
It won't-
evening?
It won't be morning.
No.
It won't-
As much as I'd like that.
Yeah, definitely won't be morning.
So that was just a no for Lori
Right.
on both of those?
Yeah.
All right, so you're talking afternoons, okay.
I'm talking evenings, Pete, really, honestly,
evenings, okay.
yeah.
Yeah, late afternoon or
Alright.
evening, yeah.
I don't have a problem with the third or fourth Monday either. I can,
First or second Tuesday, yes for you, okay.
Is Lori.
Yeah. And then all of them are good for everyone else.
Yes,
um,
No,
no,
not the first Tuesday afternoon,
okay.
no,
When you say afternoon, you mean anytime after like noon, you can't do anything.
like noon to 4.
If we had a 6:30, would that
Yeah.
be? Okay, so that, I'm gonna probably just keep you on that one, Pete, just because, I guess I'll say 6:30, Pete.
yeah, because
And that was the first one you said?
the first,
Which Tuesday?
the first Tuesday,
That was just for the first Tuesday.
Yeah,
The others, the second and fourth, I'm available. anytime.
Yep.
I'm glad you're keeping it separate.
I feel like I'm not doing a good job. And then third Monday, no Lori. Was everyone else good with that?
yes.
Okay, I'll probably be able to translate that.
Sorry.
That's all right,
Okay.
we'll all do our best. All right, so we've got some free, so now this is gonna get presented to
Yeah.
both staff.
And I'll send it out to you guys and just confirm whatever it is, correct?
Okay, sounds good.
Make
Just
a
can I
note.
ask you a question?
Yeah.
Maybe off the record.
Not right now.
Not you,
It's being
not right now,
recorded.
you
Nope.
can't. Um. Continue and complete, so our next steps really are to keep working on. What we were working on before, which is the. Use table in Article 6, and
This is the
And-
crosswalk,
there's a crosswalk that Sky has,
hot off the presses.
yeah, completed.
And I'd like, you guys to let me know if I've
So
missed
this is-
things. This is what I've done so far.
Okay, pass them around. It's a lot shorter than I thought, that's great.
That's why I need you to
Yeah,
tell me if I've
yeah,
missed things, honestly,
okay.
and I can pull this up for us to see. Oh, I didn't do that. On here as well.
Right,
There's a few of them that's in myself at the bottom, so. You can see them, and mine.
Stop it. Put it back.
I'll take it. Wasn't sure how many people would be here. Everything.
and let me make sure. No. No response from there. So let's just take a minute to go over this. This is wonderfully clear.
I'm open to comments.
Table 2-1, second physical line, fronting a designated front street. Is there something missing after the word street?
No,
No,
Just
I can rephrase that.
Notice, should a period be there?
No,
there is,
there's a parentheses.
yeah,
Next line.
it's
has to be-
referencing, the little thingy and then, yeah,
That was sneaky of somebody. Thank you.
And this would take care of
this would,
99 Main.
that
Yeah.
one would,
This
yes,
one,
that one,
99 Main.
Yes, that was the density of 99 Main.
yeah,
These were the things that you guys finalized in January, which is why I wrote the date as January 2026, because I know that the memo that was sent out was from December, but that was what you had sent to Leslie to get her feedback on. I think you guys didn't finalize until January 26th, so that's the date I've given.
but that was, there were a lot of things said in that planning workshop where. Dan Catlin and Chris Belanger made a presentation. Leslie was present for a lot of it. but at the end of the day, the thing that they said would allow that project to work, go forward, was the general building, would give them the density. Okay, the next one, additional height standards added.
What's this chloride reduction, what is that?
That's,
A benefit?
it's a benefit, the things in the, yeah, so the Topsham Thermal Stream is an urban impaired stream because of chloride. It's got very high levels, and we've done some work to try to reduce that level, but it's very difficult because there's a lot of parking lots that are in that watershed that they salt them, and that's a really hard thing to ask them not to do because they do it for safety and liability. One of the, best ways to reduce chloride is to have covered parking. It's really expensive. We're not, trying to mandate that, but when we had, so currently in our code right now, we allow you to put an additional story on if you do structured parking like in the building. I can't remember if it might be specifically underground.
Yeah.
But it might be first story too. I
Yeah,
can't
just
remember.
first story, I think.
It does cover underground also.
It does cover underground as well, yes, because that is what 4 Union Park has used to get their height. And I had specifically requested that since the Topsham Thermal Stream was within the center zones, that Leslie put in covered parking as well. Because that's something we'd love to see in that area. We cannot mandate it, it's too much of an ask, but if, hey, you'll cover your parking if you get an extra height story, perfect, but maybe you don't have enough parking to need to do a whole structured parking garage, just offering it in there.
Well, when you have the underground parking, of course, you preserve mature trees.
Yes,
Gives you
they do
more-
all kind of go together, yeah.
It gives you more buffering.
Yeah,
These were things you guys had just worked through and decided with Leslie last summer. The date I had for the finalization of these is 10/25, and there is actually an updated article too with these changes made to it. But it's not the April 2025 draft, so I figured I would include them.
Yeah.
To show what you guys have done
Yeah.
since then.
yeah, that's great.
And they're not only new, just FYI, there are also changes planning board has made during their review on this
I don't
crosswalk.
recall
So are there some things that we're not aware of?
I think you're probably aware
Yeah,
of them.
yeah.
There are things I pulled from their document that I keep track of their changes in. So the frontage in the RCU, Recode had proposed this down to 100 feet. It's
Yeah.
currently 200.
Yeah.
They discussed this and decided they wanted to go with
Oh,
125
yeah.
because it is between R3
Yeah.
and these other ones, and it kind of bridges that gap.
Yeah.
The next one is really just Recode had outdated numbers. They wanted it updated, but I kind of tried to catch anywhere that they made a change from the
Table
April
4.2.
25, yes, 4.2, the maximum site coverage.
Yeah.
It just will be exactly what it is now. Recode hadn't updated itself.
Right.
And then open space subdivision, Recode had made some changes to it. In all reality, it just was proving to be more of a headache than anything helpful. So planning board and staff kind of concurred that it's better to just revert that back to
Yeah.
how it is.
Yeah.
The changes that were made didn't help any of the issues that Josh and I have with that section. So
Okay,
we'd like to do a larger revamp of that
Yeah.
at some
at
point.
some point.
Yep.
Okay, so then 6.2, retail use, yeah, in mixed transitional. This is Park Drive. Yes.
Yes.
And
It's
it's also,
Goodwill and the lobster or like
Yeah.
seafood place.
Yeah.
Is that still there?
I think so.
They bring it up a lot.
I mean, it was abandoned for a while and then
I'm sorry, would you say?
I
Lynn?
thought it was abandoned for a while, like it looked abandoned. So I don't know if something.
Maybe it's
happened in there.
dormant.
I don't know.
It's just curious.
No, I hadn't even considered any of that. Now, like, should I be doing a drive-by? It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
I firmly believe that the retail use should be allowed there.
Right.
And I agree with you guys on that choice.
And so then the final one, vehicle dealers and services use conditional use in the upper village, which is what it currently is. Yeah, those are all of the major changes. I think there were a number of changes that truly were, I believe, editorial,
Okay,
but I'm working through on that, and Chuck had contributed some of those because we were working through the draft.
Okay,
But at whatever point you give something to Leslie, which will be after the 28th,
yeah,
I will have something ready to give to you.
yeah, I think the crosswalk is meant to kind of show, I'm gonna upload it to the website. Mark said he'd like to see that, and I don't think it's a bad idea.
Yeah,
And it'll be for the planning board to just kind of say, okay, when we talk about recode, you're looking at a draft, there's been some changes made to it that might change some things. Here are these changes so you can see them.
Right.
Is there anything you guys have done that you think would be good to be in here that I've missed?
no, I can't think of anything right away, but I will go back through.
And I
My
can send you
notes.
guys this digitally as well. If
Say it
you'd like, would you like the digital copy of this?
No,
Okay. If anyone
mean,
does, they can email me, and
yeah.
if anyone thinks of anything,
and
I'll
then
be
it will be
working
on
on
the
it.
on the
Yeah, but I'm gonna
website.
work on
Yeah.
it for a little bit longer,
Sure.
and I'll wait,
finessing.
you know,
Yeah.
I would wait until a week from today at the very least to upload it, just to give you guys time to consider, because
Yeah.
I'd rather wait a little bit and get it right than put it up on Wednesday, and you know,
Right.
he gets back to me on Thursday and he's like, oh, I checked and we did this whole big thing.
Okay,
So you've got this week to think about if there's anything that you think has happened that you've, agreed on as a group is going to be changed that I missed or I glossed over or something.
the one thing I'm gonna actually look back at just to see, is the additional height standards, because it's not jogging I think that was long enough ago.
It was quite a while
Yeah.
ago.
Yeah. I'm gonna look at 260.
This is while the Union Park stuff was going on.
I think it was while Union Park was going on, but I also said that it's currently allowed. It's right here, Susan, if you want to circle it. It's the purple text.
Oh,
I think that's a good thing we currently do right now, and I felt like it had just been missed as an oversight, and also. The form base that we did for the center zones, it has a lot of benefits, but it was quite short, honestly, in a lot of cases, and height is a tool we can really use to get some more density in areas where we have these services. So I didn't see any reason to roll back something. I had to print this
Right.
one out. We got it
Yeah,
from Leslie in October, so
Okay.
I'm glad I put it in.
yeah.
There is
no, that's
this
great.
version if you guys want to see it. I'm sorry if I stopped talking in the middle of explaining
It's
that to you.
And is this available on the website? No.
No, I think I
Oh,
put,
yeah.
no, I think I put it up there recently. I think it hadn't been because it was kind of stressing me out. The way she kept sending me new versions. I was like, oh,
Yeah.
but I have the whole. And then after kind of everything that happened, we were like, yeah, we should put those up there.
Yeah.
So let me just check really quickly. I think they are now.
The edits are shown in some amazing colors.
She's really got the whole rainbow going.
And some of them are not easy to read because there's the crossouts
They're
are
right
in.
here. I
Yeah.
put them up. Oh, that's the wrong date. I need to change that.
Mhm.
Yeah, I'm gonna make a note about that right now.
Yeah,
It was really, I put them up in March of this year.
But it's the right document.
It's the correct document.
Okay.
It's just, Sky forgot to.
You mean all the-
forgot.
25 should be 26, you mean?
Just the top one,
Ah.
the 327.25. Should be 26, and that was just me probably looking at everything below it and writing 25. It's very much that simple. It's not automatic in any way. It's, I have to write that out. So.
Okay, good to know.
Change Date.
Right. So I'm delighted to get back to my little tab that says uses. Let's look at those bloody uses.
Those,
And we have very few left, actually. Let me see where we. I think. Notes.
In here.
I think we've already gone through. We're into manufacturing and industry, and we've gone through 2 or 3 of those. I think we've gone through manufacturing light, which are changing artisan to light. And we're doing manufacturing,
Yeah, your suggestion was check with Tom on all manufacturing.
yes,
And I basically take that to mean that you guys are good
with whatever.
with
Yeah,
whatever we want.
Yeah.
As a department.
Yeah, and you
Okay.
haven't had time probably to check.
I haven't, I was doing this
Yes, yeah.
today.
Yeah, yeah. And high impact industry, well, you know, yeah.
That doesn't impact you guys at all.
No,
Actually, the only whole warehousing, oh, you already did warehousing. I've got something here.
Oh,
yeah, the only place that wholesale warehousing and distribution is allowed
Is the master plan.
is in the master plan district,
Yeah.
and it's permitted there,
Yep.
and I wish it weren't. But it is, we've already got so much of it everywhere.
I think that what we saw from Scarborough Dams is a good thing to remember when you think about that being allowed in the master plan district.
Say more about that.
Do you remember when we took the tour there?
Yeah, but
They had the section that was like industrial, like they had like a bathtub creator or something. You were there, Pete. Do you remember that tour? When we all went to
the
Scarborough
Scarborough
Downs?
Downs tour.
oh, yes.
Yeah, do you remember they had like a manufacturing section, like a light manufacturing
Yes,
section?
Yes,
And they also, I mean, I think that kind of falls within wholesale warehousing distribution as well,
okay.
just all those things
Yeah.
together. They said that they really kind of needed that with that big of a project to support
The rest of it.
support the rest of it, that they kind of needed the three legs of a stool of like residential, that industrial, et cetera, kind of
Wholesaling.
vibe. Yeah,
Yeah.
and then retail.
Yeah.
And that the industrial had come first and kind of
Ah,
allowed them to build
interesting.
out the rest of it.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
I think it fits okay there because it would be a master plan.
Yeah.
In that area.
yeah.
And so if they were to do it, there would be more, I think, control. Oh, this is also spelled incorrectly. More control over the location. And I also think that, you know, we're in Maine, you know, tourism runs a lot of our industry, but it's good to have multiple things. Topsham does a pretty decent job at having a varied like economic base, I think.
Yeah.
And I don't think that it would be, you know, within our best interest to turn
Restrict.
back on that.
Yeah.
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 And it can be done fine, you know.
Yeah. So one of the
Something has to go next to 295, Susan.
so the community garden is our next line,
Oh, boy.
right? And what's going on there with the little underlined thing? It's. I don't quite.
Yeah, sorry, I don't actually have that open. I'm just looking at this. I just want to make sure. So whaler housing, the only thing is you guys have a note about this. I apologize. You said check with Tom on smaller wholesale businesses in other zones, why not allowed in mixed transitional? Does that comment still stand? You'd like to understand a little bit more? I'm sorry, I had things to check with Tom and I didn't. As you guys know, something big happened between when we were working on this and today.
Yeah. Small wholesale businesses.
That might have been a written
Yeah.
comment. That's why I said a written comment.
Yeah, I
Just
think
that
that's
he cares
probably
about those and
yeah.
thinks about them.
Yeah, no, it's worth checking. Because there are other carriers.
Yep. I think that, I'm just
Scheduling a
gonna,
little time with
I'm,
Tom.
yeah, I'll do that. He's burning up vacation right now, so it's a little harder than usual, but. I'm just gonna make the note here, because to me, it seems like based on this comment. If, you know, he were to say, yeah, there is some there. CPIC might be interested in either, you know, it being conditional and mixed. Transitional, or there being another use for a smaller version.
A smaller version of,
Wholesale
Wholesaling.
warehousing and distribution, so, because that's what your question is, and I will say,
Yeah.
you guys do bring it down quite a lot. Wholesale business is currently allowed in 4 of your zones, and warehousing is conditional in 3. It's permitted in only 1. I will check with Tom on this, but I would probably put the earworm to you guys to just think about that.
okay. Any thoughts from our group here? It would be helpful to me, believe it, just to hear that comparison again. You're in crosswalk mode, I can.
Yep.
You know, like the current zone allows warehousing in
Yes, you can see it here. So the
Okay.
blue is current, no, yeah, I'm sorry.
That's right.
And I should probably
Yeah.
share my screen so you can look at it there, as well. I will do that. So this is the compare one. So the blue
Yes.
is existing uses in our current code and
Right.
where they are allowed.
Yeah.
And the green is what Recode did with those uses.
Yeah.
So in this case, Recode combined two existing uses, warehousing, storage and distribution, and wholesale business. I don't think that doesn't make sense necessarily, though they were allowed in different places in different ways. It is currently wholesale business is permitted in the lower village, the mixed use commercial and the commercial corridor district, so Crooker effectively, and the area along 196. It looks like 4 because the mixed use commercial has been split into the commercial mixed use and the mixed transitional in Recode. And warehousing and storage distribution is currently allowed in the mixed use commercial and the CC commercial corridor, so Crooker, so that area over by Topsham Fair Mall. We currently are only allowing it in the master plan district. So it's being taken out of the mixed use commercial mixed use as an allowed use in both mixed transitional and commercial mixed use. Mixed transitional might be the area where you would expect to see that because we've leaned heavier on
Right.
on like manufacturing up there. So you would perhaps expect to see this there is all I would say.
I think anywhere that it's allowed now and it's not gonna be allowed later is gonna be a subject of contention with the planning board.
I would agree with you.
So if there's a reason to go ahead and allow it, a logical reason, then maybe we should do that. They don't like the fact that we changed the words. That's gonna be a problem with them.
Is that something where a conversation with Tom makes sense?
Yeah, I'm happy to come. I think I'm happy to come back to you guys with this. And I'm just gonna add a little bit more here, but he'll probably I'm happy to do that. I think we should do that. To prepare you guys for that conversation, he will probably agree with me that it should be allowed where it
Okay.
is now.
Okay.
I'm
Everywhere it is now.
He might go stronger than me and say that, yes. The fact that they get combined, I mean. It does make it a little harder. I'm happy to come back
So-
to you with this one.
Just, let's go back to the beginning here just for a second. That line, which it's like line 103 and 89.
Yep,
So there are two categories that we combined.
yes.
Does the combining make sense to you?
I'm not sure if it does. As we talked through this, I realized that it may be giving you guys more of a headache than you need, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
And if you didn't combine it, you could just.
Because
That
warehousing and distribution seems to go well together.
Let's check something because it's possible there isn't a definition for one of those. Oh no, here we go. So here's the two definitions.
Definitions, okay.
So wholesale business, an establishment selling goods intended for resale. A use engaged in storage, wholesale and distribution. It seems like. I need to check with Tom on this. I think that it makes the most sense for me to check with him on this. See if he had anything to do with these being combined in any way.
Yeah.
What he thinks makes the most sense. Is it good to move or are you guys reading this?
I'm gonna go to the definitions, because are there definitions in here of this?
Yes, there should be. Good point.
Yeah. So
Hmm.
warehousing is not in definitions.
Oh God, it isn't.
No, not under WAR,
No, it would be in Article 6.
in Article 6.
Yep,
Oh, right in that article.
yep.
Got it.
It would be under, whether it's under. It'd be towards the end of it,
Right.
under the manufacturing and industry.
Yeah,
660.6.60.5.
0.5, right. So this was actually a Leslie
Mm-hmm.
suggestion. Mm. To be honest with you, I think we ought to think about these different zones. I mean, so where, s- I need to scroll up to see where, oh yeah, I see it, got it. So which zones had they been allowed in before?
So wholesale was allowed in the lower village, the mixed use commercial, or it is right now, in the lower village, the mixed use commercial and the commercial corridor.
And commercial corridor is,
Is Crooker and that portion of 196 near Crooker on either side. It's not shown
because
there.
we don't have,
Yep,
I mean,
let me pull up the map for you guys.
yeah,
I only say that because that's actually what it's allowed in. Those are the zone names. It effectively translates to it's currently allowed in the master plan district, the commercial mixed use district, the mixed transitional, and the lower village.
so where on here?
So. Oh, come on, please turn off town lights. If you look on the, can you see up here, Susan, or should I screen to this? This is our current zoning map,
Right,
and the boundaries changed with recode.
right.
Are we not doing zonings or not just too far out? Sorry, I usually do this with a mouse. What is easy like this? Blue is the commercial corridor, so it's the Crooker parcel.
Yep,
And
on both sides
on
of
both
196.
sides, on
That's
both sides of
interesting.
one
Yeah,
96,
yeah.
yeah. And then as you know, this is the mixed use commercial down here, this big orange one.
Right.
That's all of Topsham, Vermont, and Park Drive.
Right,
But the commercial corridor and the mixed use commercial got altered and separated into 3 new zones: master plan, commercial mixed use, and mixed transitional.
mm,
Mm-hmm.
interesting,
And this was all far before me.
right.
And also recode, I think, elongated the upper village or the low village center. It goes up a bit further here now as well.
It does, it originally went way up,
Yep, and then I think,
it came back.
yep,
Yeah,
Where you are now, does that go past the 295 overpass?
right here, this is Main Street, so we're right here, right now.
Yeah, but I mean like that further up,
Oh,
the
the,
purple part.
Um,
Where does
doesn't
that
go
go to?
past, no,
no,
that to
this,
the high school?
so, no, the high school's right here.
Okay.
It goes to like the DMV.
Oh,
And the commercial buildings that are like right before this little neighborhood here, I don't know if you know that
Gotcha.
one, yeah.
that fourth one.
No, but it's something like
Yeah,
that, Forest
okay.
Glen is down here.
Oh.
I only know because it's a new subdivision, so Tom is always out there doing inspections, so I just am constantly hearing Irene going, oh, there's an inspection at Forest Glen.
Gotcha.
And then this is just the Crooker parcel, that's
Gotcha.
why, that zone does what it does, it just follows the Crooker parcel,
Yeah.
and then the CMP.
yeah,
And
you know,
one other.
honestly, the composition of CPIC has changed since the beginning. I would love to have a conversation that takes us back
Okay,
to the choices made at this point. And I only say that because we need to understand the rationale for, there are some zoning boundaries that changed.
yep,
And you know, I was not aware of that because I'm not familiar with the current zoning map. And the idea was that we're largely keeping the current zones, but the shift of boundaries needs to be for a reason, you know, and chances are good that the reason is there.
Mhm.
And, you know, I mean,
The extension of the upper village, I think, is because currently Village Center encompasses these buildings on this side that are commercial. This one's been, it's where like the restore was, and it was recently like a wreck-it place.
it was an employment place too for a while.
Yeah, there's been a couple different
Yeah.
things over there.
Yeah,
And it encompasses those. Over here, these are actually, I think, residential houses.
yeah, yeah.
And then up here, we have Napa and the DMV.
DMV,
Yeah,
and the childcare,
yeah,
Yeah.
so it's these three kind of fit the vibe, so I think that is why that was extended.
yeah.
Would I stake the entirety of Free Code on that?
No,
No, I
No.
don't think any of you
No.
guys would either, but I don't know if anyone is particularly complaining about that one.
yeah,
Um, you know. Everything here is maybe a little bit more complicated. Otherwise, no, they didn't, the boundaries didn't change that extended. We recently got the schools put back into the
Yep,
mixed
'cause they
residential.
needed to have a zone.
Where currently they were homeless.
Yeah,
The villages have stayed the same. I'm sorry, this is mostly a better GIS hosting system, but sometimes it gets a little stressed out. This gets turned into the mixed transitional, this gets, there was parts of this taken away from mixed transitional, I will say. I don't. Leslie proposed that when Fort Union Park was coming through, that one's been a little difficult for me, I don't know if, you know.
well, there, I mean, there is residential on the other side there. And
Yes, it is not currently allowed in that zone,
residential is not,
single family,
but isn't there?
they're grandfathered, they're non-conforming.
Ah,
So what happens when those owners leave those properties for whatever reason?
Yeah, probably would get developed into denser housing would be my guess, because the density is pretty high in that zone if we didn't do recode.
right,
They've been hanging on, I will say that the new tow business at 126, not 120, 26 Union Park Road has looked at getting a smaller, one of the small pieces up there to maybe have extra area. I don't know if that will end up working out, because it would be like a weird use, I think, but he did go into Union Park. It was an existing, commercial business, though. It was a accountant's office. I can't say what people will do right now. My guess would they might go develop denser, but
so let's just look for a second, I'm looking at mixed transitional. In the current zone. Single family housing is not allowed, they're there and they're grandfathered in. I'm not sure what else is allowed, but I guess it would be helpful to sort of see. It, I remember it making a lot of sense to virtually all of CPIC. That mixed transitional made sense at the time, because clearly, you know, multifamily was going in there, and there was a lot of, it was a very mixed street. And we don't know what would be coming into the master plan district.
yeah.
That's a big mystery. And on the other side, is the upper village. So, you know, that was pre-sky.
It's pretty sky.
Yeah,
Sorry, I was looking at the current use table to see if it had anything.
I guess what I'm wondering is what is allowed in that
In the
mixed,
VC,
yeah, the mixed transitional, what is it, what do we put, the village?
Village Center,
Village Center.
Let's see. Oh, this is hard to read without a ruler, I apologize. Looks like a bed and breakfast is conditional, a boarding house is conditional. Auto sales is conditional. It's the same as this zone here, so I will note that, whatever's allowed there.
But when you get to household living, residential,
Let's look at residential. Sorry, I was going down.
that's right.
Oh, it's like dwelling, isn't it? If it's under dwelling, yeah. Single family dwelling is not permitted in
Okay.
the VC.
Yeah,
Two family and multifamily are,
okay,
and daycare preschool is allowed there.
okay,
Churches. Clubs are conditional. Recreational facilities are conditional. Elderly housing is permitted. Forest management is permitted. Home occupation is permitted. Hotel, motel, and inn are conditional. Lab research facility is permitted. Medical clinic is permitted. Mobile food service or mixed use building, one of those.
so,
Museum, mobile food service, it's a mixed use area.
Yeah.
It just was, I think the Main Street plan was trying to make it denser, so they took away single.
the single family,
Yep.
so that's the only thing that's not allowed there,
A
really,
lot of things aren't allowed there, but they're weird things,
that you would expect not to be allowed.
Probably, yeah, I didn't see anything that.
I guess what I'm wondering is, in looking at some of the zone boundaries, this is opening up that can of worms, which I didn't expect to be opening, unfortunately. And because of that, what I'm wondering is, should we think about a workshop, which I didn't want to think about? Because we need to understand that rationale, and you're not gonna know it, and Leslie's gonna have to.
Yeah, I couldn't get her for this month, I think probably. I would need to wait for
Another-
next month.
Yeah, okay, so there's no point.
I just can't be here getting. So I think that where we'll leave that is CPIC kind of has questions about the map and some of the map boundaries and
Mhm.
some of the decisions there.
Mhm.
And we'll put a pin in that. I only say that just because.
Yeah.
It's 5:25.
Yep,
I think if you guys can finish with your notes on the use table. The only other, so after we've done wholesale warehousing and distribution, addiction treatment facility is currently conditional and the mixed use commercial, it goes to not permitted in recode. In both the mixed transitional and the commercial mixed use. I just want to make sure that that's the decision that you guys want to go with.
does it make sense to you?
She's answering your question right now.
It goes from being, conditional in that one zone to being conditional in BP2. Which is that small area up by the schools. I've never seen anyone try to put that use in. Josh and I have talked about it before, actually.
When we're talking about addiction treatment facility.
Yeah, and I actually don't even know what the definition on that one is. Let me check. It might be like specifically an inpatient, which would be helpful to know. Outpatient.
Yeah, 6.70 on page 6-22. Other uses. All right, so those are defined. So conditional in
Commercial mixed use and mixed transition.
mixed transitional.
Yeah. So currently just the mixed use commercial.
And just say again how that's different than right now, then.
Currently, it is conditional
Yeah.
in the mixed use commercial.
Yeah,
And under recode, it's not permitted.
oh,
You guys are going more restrictive. And it is currently not allowed in business park 2, but becomes conditional in business park 2.
and we are not dealing with business.
No,
too.
I'm just
So, yeah,
telling you
yeah,
that
yeah,
to say
yeah.
that basically it's switched zones.
Yeah, okay.
Where is the business park too?
It's that small area where the coffee roastery is by the
Okay.
middle school.
Okay,
Wicked Joe's.
okay,
Yeah.
I couldn't remember the name.
Yeah.
I smell them all the time.
So, I mean, thinking about the commercial mixed use, I mean, to have an outpatient addiction treatment facility in the Topsom Fair Mall
Mhm.
doesn't seem to be a problem to me, in terms of having it be conditional.
I could certainly see leaving it as is, you know, if it wasn't allowed, I would never
Yeah,
entertain this, but it's what's currently
yeah,
allowed, and I think as Pam said, if you guys wanna have changes, we should at least talk about them.
yeah. What do you guys think? I mean, it doesn't make sense to me to be more restrictive where we don't have to be. You know,
We're talking about the mall,
yeah,
where they have
They're selling,
hair,
they might as well.
hair cutting. To,
I mean,
working out to,
yeah, it's services and sales, retail. And at some, I mean, other things are gonna be allowed in there as well, but a more restrictive use table doesn't make a lot of sense. So I think having it be conditional makes sense. Anybody object to that?
No.
Okay. Let's do a little shift. Addiction treatment.
I mean, you could still have it in BP two, but
I'm not gonna touch that one. If
Yeah,
the planning
yeah.
board wants to take that out because
Right.
it's a new thing, that'll be up to them.
Yeah.
And I'll let them know that it looks like it was shifted. You guys brought it back,
So-
and if they would like to take it out, that's fine.
So we're just talking about in the one zone.
I mean,
The
it's
mixed
currently,
transitional.
no, it's currently,
Yeah.
yeah, since it's one zone right now, it gets split into two, so.
Yeah.
Do you guys wanna keep it conditional in both?
I think just in the commercial mixed use. I think there's already a shift in the mixed transitional toward residential. You could say the shift toward residential is equally balanced by activities that speak against residential, like a towing service. But I think, I mean, unless at town meeting, the TIF modification doesn't go through, it seems that the 4 Union Park Road project is gonna go forward. That's a big residential presence in the mixed transitional. Do you have an opinion?
I'm sorry, my keyboard was misbehaving. I missed a
Oh.
little bit. What did you guys land on just right now?
Thinking that allowing conditional use for outpatient addiction treatment in commercial mixed use,
Okay,
but not mixed transitional.
yeah, I think that makes sense, in a lot of ways, though, as once again, you know, if that were to be a hill someone
Yeah.
wanted to die on,
Yeah,
I imagine you guys would not care, but I do think your argument that it's becoming more residential.
yeah, with 80 units on Park
Yes.
Drive
Mm-hmm,
and 183 on Union Park Road, that's fairly heavily residential, whereas the Topsom Fair Mall has a wide range of activities. They'll blend right in if it were to come.
Makes sense.
Yeah. So, bless you.
and leave it in the business park as well.
since that's not within your
yeah.
guys' purview, I
Yeah.
think we'll leave that
Yeah.
for planning board. I'll be very honest with them that I think it was shifted from one zone to another. We talked about it. You've put it back in one of your zones.
Yeah,
They can do what they want.
right,
I don't, and no one will be mad.
right,
No one will judge them.
right.
Agriculture. I think that. Well. It's currently permitted in 3 of your zones. and isn't in recode. I guess, it doesn't lend itself to density, which is probably why it was taken out. Someone who did some sustainable agriculture in my youth, but it probably makes sense. Yeah. If you're going for density, you don't want it, so it
Right,
makes sense to take those out.
right. And to preserve the agricultural areas that
Mhm.
currently exist, rather than have them be developed into subdivisions.
Yep, yeah, and I think recode goes a little bit more, in some instances. So, yeah, I think we're good with that one. Community garden.
Yes,
Why did I write a note about this? I've got a little, what is that?
So it seems to be permitted across the board.
Yeah, that was a Sky thing.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Stop share.
And there's no reference for it.
Hold on, sorry guys, this is misbehaving. I need to close this. No definition. Is there, like a open space parks definition? It's much earlier in the chapter. I think it falls underneath that. I think that's what I wanted to talk about, actually.
Okay, that's good. Let's see.
And some of these issues are bigger than you guys,
Yeah,
yourself.
oh, yeah.
Um,
But, I think we're deep in the weeds in terms of understanding that the issues are bigger than us. And that when we have a voice in them, we need to be educated.
Yep.
We need to have some basis for.
yes, so
An
the
opinion.
comment on this one is, why is this orphaned from open space? Because the definition for parks and open space includes community garden. So if it's gonna be a specific use, it should be up with parks and open space. I had put through that it be allowed everywhere because I thought that made sense, but also I also made that parks were allowed everywhere. Because once again, I thought that made sense. And, so you wouldn't really need to actually take them out from each other at all. I would say you guys can leave that one to me. I think it's bigger than you.
Okay,
And it's more of like a restructuring issue. It's not about if it's allowed in your zones or not, in my opinion. If you want to talk about it, we can. I just, I feel like we don't necessarily have enough. I'm sorry, there were notes in here from last time when we met, and then everything recode blew up and I
Yeah.
didn't get around to working on any of them.
yeah,
So I do apologize about that. There's some unfinished things in here.
okay. So we'll leave that to you.
I guess is CPIC happy with community gardening being allowed as a use everywhere?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I think part of the point of, the 2019 plan is that whether it be small, like pocket parks, or, that land not be mandated to be set aside, but if we can have small places for residents to enjoy a
Yep.
bench and a conversation, those are good things. And a
And we
little
just-
green space.
Yes. We just got rid of agriculture because of density, and community garden is an alternative to that is usually
Yes.
much denser, so.
Yeah.
I think that makes sense.
Great,
Cannabis
sounds good.
is, you don't need to worry about that.
Now, the next thing on my draft is transmission tower.
Yep. That's currently conditional in the mixed use commercial mixed use that's transitional. It goes to not permitted under recode. It remains conditional in the master plan. I don't know if these are even a thing anymore, quite honestly.
There was some, meeting at a select board meeting about, a transmission tower for emergency services. This was about 8 months ago. I didn't know it was a thing either, but
Were they updating something on the roof of the fire station?
no,
Okay,
no, it was about some property along 196 that there was, it came up in conversation as part of the tax um, remission properties, you know.
Okay, so they're not really doing anything
I
anymore.
think so.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
what Tom, the reason why I asked if it was on the roof of the fire station is because what Tom has told me is that they just put them on buildings now.
Ah,
They hide them
okay.
on buildings, that
Okay.
like, they aren't really building new cell towers.
Standalone. tower.
Yeah, so I guess I would just
Great.
say, I don't think you really need to worry about it. I think the way you currently have it is going to be fine. If someone were to have an issue with that, once again, it sounds like you guys probably wouldn't really care, but I think it's a non-issue.
Yeah, yeah. I think that's the note I'm gonna make, non-issue.
I will make that you're fine, you're kind of fine with it either way.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, last one in the draft that I have, April 25th, is water dependent use. And it's water dependent use is allowed in the lower village. So I think if you want to jump in the river from the lower village, you're allowed.
And doesn't border, and nothing else borders water, so I think that's probably why that was done.
So
I
that
think
makes
was
sense.
Probably fine, we'll
Yeah.
just write that as a note, only zone to border water.
Yeah.
Oh, no, that's not.
So the can of worms that got opened today was the zone borders, the zone boundaries. And I don't know when those decisions were made. But, and obviously, we're not gonna answer that today, but I think it was, I would guess when the maps were drawn at different points, which hopefully would have dates on them. I don't know if that's true or not.
She's updated them with personal information a couple of times.
Okay.
If there was that much time that has passed and no one can say, that's why. Is it worth bringing up at all rather than just,
There are people on the planning board who want to know why.
With everything, yeah.
About everything.
whether it's a meaningful question and answer?
Yes.
It's just, why? Okay, thank you, interesting.
I'm wondering if I should do a little recon. The first one posted to the recode page is from March of 24. That cannot be the first time that this map was created because it was existing, I think, when I started in 23.
Okay.
Though I didn't start working on this until 24.
And I have my notes going back to the beginning, but.
Yeah, I'm wondering if we should hold your workshop this month to talk about the map. You
Okay.
don't have to if you don't want to,
No,
guys.
no.
I'm
So
wondering.
let's look at the calendar. Because we know, I mean, I was planning on all of us going to the planning board meeting this Friday, the 14th, because that we were hoping was the decision meeting. But it's not, so what we would have as our third Tuesday workshop would be the 19th. Is that a date that at 4 o'clock, 1 hour, 4 to 5, Tuesday, the 19th? Can you come?
I'm looking at my calendar, it's loading.
She's looking.
If we need to move it earlier in the day, guys, it's not a problem for me. What was the date you just said, Susan? I
That
wrote
was
it down.
May 19th.
Sorry, is that okay?
Months guy with this sort of like earlier the better.
Yeah, really. 8.
If you guys want to go earlier, that's always fine with me. I got here at 8:30 in the morning.
So Lori's zooming in.
Oh,
That's right.
talking June, May,
May, yeah,
big difference.
we're talking May.
Oh, we are?
Yes.
We're
Yeah,
talking
we're
May.
talking May,
I can probably have some information from some of the use
The date?
discussions we had,
19th, Tuesday, the
Thank
19th.
you.
so I can update you on what Tom says about some of those uses, and I
Oh,
think
that'd be
we can
great.
organize CPIC's thoughts
yeah.
regarding the map.
That would be great.
I have a comprehensive plan meeting.
Yeah, that's our workshop, yeah,
Workshop.
yeah, every third
I
Tuesday,
didn't get it.
unless it's canceled.
Thanks, guys. Somebody.
So good.
Yeah,
Yeah,
are we saying like
we're good.
the 4:30 thing?
It's
No,
four
four
to
to five.
Yeah.
4 to 5.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's just poll everybody. Earlier in the day, does that work for people?
Yeah,
Depends on how early you go.
true.
Yeah, so let's,
I have a co-op merger meeting from 10 to 12.
okay, but keeping it in the afternoon.
We could also do 3:30 to,
Oh, God, I've got a 2 p.m.,
okay.
but I could do 3:30.
3:30 to 4:30 means that I don't have to stay late at all.
Wow, wouldn't that be nice? We could, compassion for Sky, who has been so great with us.
She would be so touchy.
So let's move it to 3:30.
I
Okay.
didn't get your joke.
Okay, 3:30.
All right, 3:30, beautiful.
Okay, might be 5 minutes late, just saying.
Okay,
May 19th, 3:30 PM.
yeah,
And
beautiful,
I'm
beautiful.
gonna write Irene an email about that right now.
Yeah,
I will
great.
forget otherwise.
Great, and that will give us a little time to explore, like. Yeah, I don't know what we're exploring. It's like. The maps.
I just think that we need to be meeting whether the planning board's doing anything or not.
Well, as long as we have things to meet on,
Well, yeah,
you know,
and we do.
yeah, we do.
We do.
Yeah,
So
yeah, that's sort of like, the more we explore, the more we find. C'est la vie.
Well, plus you've been working this for how many years now, and things have changed around us.
Yeah.
Even if per se, the purpose here hasn't changed, so.
Yeah,
Several of the things on the crosswalk were changes just because we had already updated the zoning code
yeah,
to meet the needs of the moment, and we hadn't updated recode yet.
right.
Can you have the two maps of the current and the proposed? Either at the meeting or whatever is easier for you.
Yeah, I can work something up for you guys.
Email or whatever.
Side by side. Yeah, I can get some stuff together, and that's next Tuesday.
Yeah.
Side by side,
Tomorrow.
prepare something. Let me finish this, Irene.
Agenda went. It escaped. There it is.
Okay. Is there anything else on the agenda?
So the only other thing is, in terms of liaison updates,
yes,
I saw that the Topsham Conservation Commission
Mhm.
had their wish granted.
yes, they're requesting to use open space in lieu funds towards the natural area plans update is a line item on the warrant for the town meeting. So that's the first thing. In addition to that, they being Shanna and Josh working together, have come up with a request for a community resilience partnership, community action grant that they're going to submit. And hopefully if they get some of that money, that will help, and maybe they don't need to use the open
All of
space
it, yeah.
funds.
Yeah, but they can if they need to,
They can if they need to.
as
if
long
we-
as it passes on the warrant.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, and I don't see why it wouldn't.
Right.
Frankly.
Right.
And then if they get money, Shanna said they have an old RFP that they can
Update.
dust off,
Yeah.
update, and have it ready to go when they've got the money, and they've even got a timeline.
Wow.
Wow, oh, that's great.
Josh has been very busy. He gets points, he gets points.
He's been busy in several directions, yeah.
And then they were working on their goals and whatever it was, goals and something, and they want a definition of what a natural area plan is. And then they wanted to know if there was a definition of a natural area in the comprehensive plan, and I said, I don't know, I'll have to look, and I have not had time to do that.
Huh.
But if you go online and Google natural areas, you get all kinds of definitions from places like Cornell and other.
Yeah.
Agencies, so I'm sure I can come up with something that will make them happy.
Sounds good. All right, so that's a piece of news.
Yep.
I'll just add to that, they can ask for $75,000 for that grant. It's due at the beginning of June.
Yeah.
We've been working on it in the office together for a little while. And it made it through preliminary. It seems with the Conservation Commission, I haven't heard if they had any issues with it.
I don't think they did.
Yeah, and
Great.
we recently found some good examples of natural areas plans that we think would be good them to base it off of. Stratham, New Hampshire has a very interesting story map one that was very cool to look at.
Good.
And back to the comment earlier about open space subdivisions, we hope that this work will inform hopefully a potential future update to that ordinance.
Yeah.
Because there's more that can be done there.
Okay.
I have to say that I think the current staff, the current TCC staff, they're much more active, more involved.
The commission,
The commission.
Yeah.
Yeah.
great. They have some new members apparently.
They got some new members.
Yeah.
Shannon is the
Chair.
chair now.
Yeah,
Angela's. Her thing expires in June, but I think they've talked her into reapplying. She's
Angela.
Angela Brewer, she's a marine biologist, works
Okay.
for the EPA.
Okay,
Oh,
great.
And even though she says her expertise hasn't really been important, she's got a very logical scientific thought process.
And
Very-
she's their secretary.
And
which
she's
is
their
important.
secretary.
Yeah, oh, that's great.
So she's been useful, helpful.
Yeah.
Even though maybe it's not her area of technical expertise.
Yeah,
So it's good. It's moving.
we all benefit from feeling useful.
Yes.
Yeah, things have been going really well with them. I'm hopeful that if they get that grant, they will not actually need to touch any of the money that was approved. For
Yeah.
them.
Yeah.
Which can be used for what other things?
Buying land
By land.
or
Yeah,
putting like
yeah.
recreation things on land.
Yeah, like access points or,
Or probably like a bench or something too.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah. because I know sometimes it's not a lot of money, but to have a little bit available, yeah.
Yeah.
So I have to admit something here, because I have a version of the use table that I guess I have to check the one online,
Mm-hmm.
but you have a document. that you've
Yes.
Done it's not a crosswalk, that thing,
Yeah.
that thing is, so I have quite a lot of fuzziness around that warehousing distribution, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
The combining there needs to be re-examined and the rationale needs to be looked at. Remind me, is that something that Tom can be helpful with or not?
Yeah, I
Yeah,
was gonna
to a
check in
certain
with him on
point.
that, so
Yeah.
I figured for your workshop, we'd have a preliminary discussion about the map.
Yeah.
And kind of talk about it, and
Yeah.
if we need, to
Yeah.
talk to Leslie, we'd come out of it with a better idea of what points we wanted to hit on that.
Yeah.
And I would also be able to provide you kind of the just, closure to the use table. I think you finished going through it, but there was a couple that we moved past because we said, well, we've got a question on this.
Yeah.
Because of everything that happened last time, I straight up forgot that there was questions in
Yeah.
here. And did not talk to Tom about any of them, so I
Yeah.
will do that this time.
Okay. Sounds good.
Okay.
So at that point, at 8 minutes to 6, shall we adjourn?
Yes.
Yay, unanimous, adjourning at 5:52.